back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're brand new. Thank you so much for clicking on this video and taking time to watch it. In today's video, I have quite a long video. It's a get ready with me transformation video. I went from not a good look to this look, and I actually did a video, like my clear skin video, and I will link it down below if you haven't watched it. But I wore this look and you guys were like, please recreate it. So here I am. This is very simple. I showed you guys how I do my hair and how I flatten it and get volume and keep it healthy. And then I also showed you guys this makeup look that is super easy for literally anybody to do. And I also use the new Kylie Cosmetics bronzers, blushes, and highlights for you guys. So if you are interested in this video, please keep watching. Don't forget to subscribe and click that bell if you're brand new. I post twice a week and I have extra videos as well. I would absolutely love if you would stick around. And let's go ahead and get started, because why not? Let's go ahead and get started. I know, how tragic am I now than what I looked like in my intro. So we're gonna start off with our brows, because that's what I start with, like my first step of makeup. Every single day I always start with my brows. Today I'm gonna be using the Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil in the shade 4. I like to start with sweeping my brows through all the way, and then I will just start to fill in the middle. Pretty much have really full eyebrows, so I just do like a little bit to darken them up because some areas are sparse. Alright, so now to clean up my eyebrows, I know a lot of people use concealer, but I find it a lot easier to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Pro Pencil. It's a color corrector and an eyeshadow primer, but I use it to carve out my brows and just make them like look a little bit more cleaner. This is in the shade 1, and I'll just start with under my brows. And I will just carve all the way through on both sides. And I know I look crazy right now, but you'll see in like 2 seconds how all of this comes together. And I'm just going to take my Real Techniques detail brush, and I will just I'll just like kind of pull down in the front of my brow, and then I'll just sweep through on the rest and just make sure it's blended. I just never liked using concealer to carve out my brows. It just got too messy, and this is just so much easier because it's, like I said, it's like a dry formula. Alright, so now that my brows are a little bit more clean, I'm going to go in now with brow powder, because once I clean them up, I like to see what other areas I have to fill in a little bit more, and I feel like brow powder just kind of, you know, locks it in. So I'm going to use the Benefit Foolproof Brow Powder in the shade 3, and I literally just take whatever this brush is, like I just take this and I just go on the dark side, and then I will just sweep through the end of my brows, and then I will go on the other side of the brush and use the lighter side on the front. This is such an amazing product for really quick eyebrows. I'm just going this side now. Alright, so my brows are done, and now we're going to move on to the eyeshadow, which is the best part of this tutorial. First thing I'm going to do for my eyes is prime with the P. Louise eyeshadow base in the shade Rumor 02, and put this on a Morphe M167. I love this eye primer so much. It's the best thing ever. And I'm just going to tap this base in, and then it will just conceal and just make a smooth and even colored base for our eyeshadow to apply on and blend on as well. Look at the difference in veins and discoloration, and then just a straight up base. And I'm doing the same thing to this side. And I only use a little bit of the eyeshadow base. I don't think that you need a ton. I think a little bit of it goes a very long way, and you can always apply more if you still have like veins and stuff left over. Alright, so for eyeshadow now, I used 2 palettes in total because I was just playing around with makeup, and then it came out to be like a beautiful eye look. So I used the Jeffree Star Blood Sugar and then the new James Charles and Morphe palette. I'm going to zoom you guys in a second, but I'm going to go with Flashback all over my lid to set the base. Even though you don't have to set the base, I'm just going to do a light layer because I'm doing a lot of blending today. And always tap out before you apply your base color to make sure there's no creases, because you can see that I creased a little. So I'm going in with Flashback from the James Charles palette and just lightly setting my eyelid. Alright, so to start off this eye look, I first went in with Cake Mix, and I'm just using a Jaclyn Hill 33 brush, and this is just going to be a very light transition color to kind of start off the crease. So we're going to build up with the pink color, and I'm just looking down so I can find my exact crease and just start patting it in, and then I will just start blending it out. Next color I'm going to use is Tongue Pop, and use a little bit of this to make the transition color a little bit more pink. Alright, so now I'm going into the James Charles and Morphe palette, and I'm just going to use Skip on a Morphe M433 brush. And I'm not using a lot. I'm actually going to tap in there a ton and then tap off a bigger amount. The key about this look is not going in with too much product at one time. Like literally tap off almost all of it. And I'm going to start here in the outer edge and then work my way in. And going back into the blood sugar palette, I'm using a little bit of Cavity on the same brush, and we're gonna build it up one last time. I know it looks crazy right now, you guys, but it's about to come together and you're gonna be shook. Alright, and now I'm just taking a clean brush and I'm just blending out all of these edges. Alright, so now for that beautiful shimmer color that you saw in that previous video, I actually used the new Huda Beauty Matte and Metal Melted Shadows. This is in the shade Bamboo Hoops is the one that I use, and it makes it so easy to carve out like a crease, and this is like what stole the show for me in that whole eye look. Hopefully I don't mess up today, but I'm just going to take the Bamboo Hoop side, which is the shiny side, and just take off a bunch of excess, and I'm going to cut my crease, and I hope this goes well. And don't open your eye after you cut it. Just make sure you're just like fanning it out so that it doesn't transfer to the top of your eye. If I don't say so myself, that is a pretty good cut crease. Oh my gosh, I want my coffee. And I'm just gonna tap on it to make sure that it's not wet. Yep, it's dry. And boom, look how pretty that is. Yes, boo, yes! Now you can do a full cut crease if you want to, but I just did a half in that video and I still want to do a half now. We're gonna go back in here and just kind of fix that edge so it's not too harsh. But I'm gonna go do the other eye off camera and I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. So I'm going to go in with Cavity and Skip from both the James Charles and the Blood Sugar palette. And I'm just going to go right here on the edge where I ended the cut crease and just like tap in some product so it doesn't end so harshly and it just looks like it all just blended together. Alright, so I think I got them pretty even. I mean, it's not exactly how I did it last time, but I know I look crazy, so let's move on to the face and then we're gonna come back to the eyes after. Totally kidding, we're gonna do some mascara. Now you can add lashes if you want to. I didn't wear lashes in that video, so I'm just gonna do my normal like mascara routine. So I'm gonna take my Surat Beauty lash curler and I'm just gonna get close in there and just curl my lashes. Now this lash curler literally makes your lashes look fake. For mascara, I'm taking the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise Mascara, and I'm just going to coat this on my lashes to make them look like I'm wearing lashes. This is literally the best drugstore mascara ever. Y'all, look at that. It literally looks like I'm wearing eyelashes when I'm not. Before I forget, I'm going to go in with the Anastasia Tinted Brow Gel in Espresso and just go over my brows so they are just locked in and just locked in. Oh my gosh, I went way too ham with that brow gel. Oh my gosh, no. I gotta fix it, gotta fix it, gotta fix it. No. Y'all see that? Oh my gosh, that's tragic. Okay, I think I fixed it. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and move on to our face. I just wet my sponge. This is the Lilac Beauty Blender, but it's not lilac anymore. So I'm gonna go in with my Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. As always, I don't think I ever do my makeup without this anymore. And I'm just going to put this all over my face and just rub it in. Next up, I'm going to use my Farsali Skin Tune Blur Drops and just put these like right here on my T-zone and a little up here. Oh, sometimes it's really hard for them to come out, so I just kind of do that. And I'm just going to take this and just pat it in the middle and then just tap it out. This is such a good smoothing primer and it's seriously does blur and just like fill in those pores. I'm just gonna put some right over here where my little hole is in my face. The only thing I don't like about this eye look is I put a little too much of the glitter on like in the first video when I was wearing it. I did like the slightest little bit and I was done, but I think I was just nervous in this video so it doesn't look the best. I really feel like I don't even need to explain and tell you guys the foundation I'm gonna use because it's been this foundation for over a year. It's the NARS Santa Fe Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. I always start with one pump and then I just dot it on my face and then I build if I need to. This is literally my favorite foundation ever. It's everything I've ever wanted in one foundation. And I don't like too much of a thick base, so it's perfect, and I only add a little bit. Look at this foundation. Here is one pump on this side of my face, and here is bare skin. Alright, so moving on to concealer. If you guys watched my Fenty Beauty powder and concealer review, you will have known that I'm obsessed with this powder. I mean, concealer, what am I saying, you guys? I literally cannot speak today. I'm using it in the shade 230, and I only use a little bit of this because a little does go a long way. And I just put more up in here in my inner corner and then a couple dots out here. And I like to work on one side at a time. And then I'm just going to build up a little bit more. And now I'm going to go ahead and move on to the other side and then conceal like my nose and my forehead, my cupid's bow, and all that stuff. To bake and set my face, I'm going to use the Fenty Beauty Butter Powder. This is an amazing powder and it literally smells so good. Just going to blend out those creases before I go ahead and bake so I don't bake any creases into my skin. And I'm going to go straight into the cap and bake. Leave no room for creasing. Alright, and I'm going to use a Too Faced Born This Way Mr. Right powder brush to set the rest of my face. And I don't bake for too long, I just bake for about a minute. So I'm going to take the Jaclyn Hill JH07 brush and just press in the bake and just kind of sweep it away. So I want to go ahead and finish up our under eye. So I'm going to first go in with Cake Mix and Tongue Pop and use that from outer corner to inner corner. And then I'm going to take a little bit of Cavity from the Jeffree Star palette, just like literally not a lot. And I'm going to put this in my outer area right here and just connect it to this area. Very lightly, not a ton. Just connecting these edges so it all just kind of swoops and blends together. And now I'm just going to take that clean brush and just buff out this edge so it's not too harsh. Alright, so before we go in with our bronzer, blush, and highlight and all that stuff, I'm going to go ahead and just mist my face with the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. One of my favorite setting sprays ever. It's so good. Just so I can lock down that powder and then build on top of that. So literally just a tiny amount. That's it. Let that dry for about 20 seconds. So I had a ton of requests to do a review on the new Kylie bronzers, highlighters, and blushes, but I just didn't have the time to because I already have so many extra videos going up. So I'm gonna use them in this video because let me just say I have been so obsessed with them lately. So the bronzer I have is in the shade Tequila Tan, and I'm gonna use my Makeup Forever 158 brush. This is my favorite contour and bronzer brush ever. So I'm gonna dip in it to the more angled side first and just go into this, and I'm just going to go in my hollow and just lift upwards. I love how I can use this bronzer for like bronzer and, you know, contour. It's literally such an amazing formula. They last all day on my skin, and I've been using the blush, bronzer, and highlighters like crazy. I actually just ordered more. Different colors, obviously. And I'm just gonna blend that edge out so it's not too harsh. And now to go ham with the bronzer, I'm gonna switch to the other side and use the same Tequila Tan color and bronze up, girl. Alright, 10 years later, I'm done bronzing my skin. Bronzers, my favorite thing ever. So yeah, this is Tequila Tan and her new bronzers, and it's so good. Alright, so now we're going to do some blush, and I'm going to use Baddie on the Block. That is my perfect shade for my medium skin tone. And I'm going to use the Jaclyn Hill JH04 brush, and I'm just going to go in here. And I find that the best way to apply this is in tapping motions. And that is obviously like how I apply most of my blushes because they're more pigmented when you tap them instead of swiping. Tap your blush. You just get a better pigment payoff and it just looks better all around. So here is it, Baddie on the Block. It's like a nice light pink, but it has this really pretty neutral coralish color. I don't know, it's literally such a pretty blush and I'm obsessed. If you have like a medium skin tone, this is going to be like a perfect color for you. And even if you have a light skin tone, I think this is going to be amazing. Now obviously if you're darker skin tone, I would go for her darker blushes because this might look a little too light on you, but light and medium skin tones, this is perfect for you. And I always bring blush up like literally everywhere. Blush is one of my favorite things too. Alright, so next up for highlighter, I got her highlighter in Dreamin' of Diamonds, and I really do like this color, but it's a little too yellow for me. I love the formula actually a little bit more than I love the color. So I ordered a different color that's more champagne-y because this is just a little too yellow. If you can see, it shows up like butter on my skin. So I'm gonna use a tad bit of this, but I'm gonna go in with the Omrezi Anastasia highlighter too, so I can show you guys both because I like both. Oh, and the brush I'm using is a Jaclyn Hill 09 brush. I know, I'm like literally obsessed with Morphe brushes. Always have been, always will be. And I'm just gonna go a little bit, like, that is so pigmented. I literally am using the slightest bit and the lightest tan and a fluffy brush, but I just want a different color. Not that I'm not gonna use this because I'm obviously gonna use it, but I just want a different color. Now I'm gonna go in with my baby, which is the Anastasia and Omrezi highlighter. I've damaged this hardcore, and I have a feeling sometime soon I'm gonna hit pan, and I already have a backup because I don't think this is gonna like be permanent. And then boom, oof. That is what you call a beautiful color. And I'm hoping the Kylie, there goes my brush, the Kylie one that I ordered is gonna be more of like this type of color. Yes, highlight. For the inner corner of my eye, I'm gonna take my Morphe M321 brush and just hit the inner corners right here. And then hit my brow bone a little too. I'm also going to go back in with my brow pencil and just fill in my little mole that got covered up by foundation. I have it, you guys can kind of see it right there. But I just like to just tap product into it so I can have my mole back because I love my little mole. Next up, we're gonna finish the lower lash line mascara, and I like to use the Wander Beauty Unleashed mascara for my lower lash line because the way the wand is shaped, it is curled, so it literally fits perfectly on the lower lash line. Alright, so now moving on to lips, and then we're going to set our face. I used the NYX lip liner in Nude Truffle. I just talked about this in my drugstore favorites video, which I will link down for you guys in the description box. This is my favorite lip liner. It is literally so good. I'm going to sharpen it a little bit more so I can be like a little bit more precise. But this is just such an amazing lip liner. I love it so much. And I literally bought 2 backups the other day from Ulta. So I'm just going to go in and just line. I mean, I seriously already have such big lips, but lining them makes them look a lot better. Alright, and for my lip color, oh my gosh, I look like I have a mustache. For my lip color in that video, I did 2 things. I mixed the NYX Butter Gloss on the back of my hand in Madeline, and a very random thing, which is Aquaphor. I love Aquaphor. I just take a little bit of it, and I'll just put it on the back of my hand, and then I'll take a little bit of my Madeline gloss from NYX, like so, and then I'll mix them with a brush and then apply it. It gives me a more sheer formula, but very juicy and hydrating at the same time. And I'll just mix these on the back of my hand, and then now I'm gonna go ahead and just apply that. One of the last things we're gonna do is, I know this is a lot of steps, but this is like an ultimate glam get ready with me. So I'm just gonna take my blacker highliner. You can take any water liner. This is by Marc Jacobs, and just go on my lash and just make it look a little bit better. By lining it, it just makes your lashes look a little bit more full. Now to set my face and lock everything in, I'll use the Morphe Continuous Mist and Urban Decay All Nighter. Spray until you are drenched. I mean, once your face is dry, just take your beauty blender and just tap in. Alright, and that is it for the makeup portion of this video. If that's all you're gonna watch, thank you so much for watching. But I'm gonna quickly show you guys how I straighten my hair and keep it like looking healthy, because it's an ultimate glam get ready with me transformation video. So let's, oh my gosh, what did I just do? Let's straighten my hair. The first thing I'm gonna do is just take it out of the bun, and it's about to look tragic. This is what we're working with. I'm just going to take my wet brush and brush through my hair. Alright, so before I straighten my hair, I like to use an oil because my hair fries easily, and just to protect the hair. My favorite hair care brand is Oribe, and I've been using this for 2 years. It's the Gold Blessed Nourishing Oil. I'll just take 2 pumps of that and rub it, and then go from the middle of my hair down. So I'll start right here, and I'll just go down, just really coating the ends of my hair so they don't get burnt. And then I will just brush through one more time. So I just take whatever brush is near me and has a really small tip. So I'm just gonna take this brush and just find my part. And then I'm gonna tie up one side of my hair. So my favorite flat iron is the Babyliss flat iron. This is the Nano Titanium. Here's what it looks like. I got it 2 years ago at Ulta. About time for a new one because it's damaged and it's starting to smell weird when I use it, like heat up. So I know it's like time for a new one. But I'll just take my wet brush and I'll just go through my hair and I will just flatten it. And I do put it on 450, which is the highest level. Y'all, it's getting hot in here. This hoodie dress is making me hot. And that is literally how I straighten my hair. It's so quick. And then so I can do the other side, I'll lightly tie up this side so I don't get any crinks, and I use tele ties for this. I'll just do like one circle and then I will move on to this side. Alright, and to give my hair some volume up here, I like to use the Orbe Dry Texture Spray. I literally have been through so many of these. I don't even know how many. It's expensive, but it is the best. And I'll just go in parts. It also smells so good. So look at the difference. This is like full volume and this is like flat. I don't know if you can see a difference, but I definitely feel a difference and I see a difference. Alright, you guys, and then this is the finished look. I just have a black hoodie dress on from Fashion Nova. I have all my makeup done. Here's a little bit of a closer look. And then my hair is fully flattened and ready to take on the day. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it was super long, but it was fun to just sit down, chill, relax, and just get ready with you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know if you're going to recreate this look. I hope it was easy for you. And obviously you can modify any steps that I did for you. I love you guys so much. Don't forget to subscribe and click that bell as well so you do get notified every single time I post. I post twice a week. And hopefully I'll see you guys in the very next video. Bye guys.